Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess of Lucy. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon in Virgo. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's a delight and an honor and a privilege to serve. Thank you for allowing us the pleasure to do so. If anything resonates deeply with you, go ahead and comment or subscribe, leave a review, book a consult, send a donation. You belong to Welcome Home. Vertex of Abundance is a galactic temple of ascension delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Today we will be imposing the guidance from Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley, illustrated by Lady Frida Harris, and published by US Game Systems. Just a little bit of quick housekeeping. Sometimes there is a pause or slowdown in the cadence. We're aware we're on air here, so dead air can be a little bit problematic. There is an option to speed up or slow down the playback speed, just so you know. It's usually in the video or the audio settings, depending on what platform you're on. It's often not in the app or the site settings. Okay. Just a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion. Lost in this is a time trap somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine, unconditional, loving, universal one. And upon a great spirit. We love you. We're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We ask that our steps be ordered. We ask that our path be illuminated. We ask that we find salvation and redemption in this lifetime. May we be happy, may we be whole, may we be at peace, may we receive everything we ever wanted, starting with what we deserve. I mean, so I was hearing Joy to the World as I was preparing to come on the channel. We have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, there's some energies mounting in the background, encroaching and feeding onto the field, and they're trying to cross the threshold. The Four of Cups give me a threshold card. The Four of Cups, Seven of Swords is clarifying the Devil. So Devil, Four of Cups could be a depressive state. It's also repression in some way. And since we're going through the Virgo energy here, when we are in the season of Libra and we're having a Virgo transit, it's actually a 12th house event. So the 12th house event that we're having is a lunation, meaning the moon, lunar, which means increased insight and intuition into the 12th house, according to or presenting or manifesting as the energy of Virgo. So we're going to have some insight, some details, some technical knowledge, technical skills into the things we can't do a lot about. Basically, we're going to gain some discernment, Virgo energy, on the things we can't do much about. 12th house, the things that are going on behind our back, over our head, out of our hands. And it's kind of like the dream state is what the 12th house is. It also kind of talks about the astral. The lower astral is the 8th, the upper astral is the 12th. It also talks about, pre and post life, meaning enter into the physical body. Our ancestors are there as well. It's also where we go when we dream. So we're kind of tethered there by a cord, often the silver cord. There can be other cords. And it can be institutional. Things could be happening out of our hands, things that are imposed upon us. If we're experiencing impositions, intrusions, incursions, something that's interfering, interceding, interrupting, interjecting, whether it's systemic in terms of like institutional, whether it's dharmic or galactic, karmic versus like divine intervention, it's an intervention. It's everything. And since I was saying joy to the world as I got in here, it can be very much spiritual intervention here. So when we have the death and the devil, there's some kind of inevitable conflict. We're kind of getting into trouble a little bit, and there will be the end of bondage, the end of shadow. So there will be like a purging or a culminating or a terminating to the things we couldn't do a lot about, the things going on over our head, behind our back, out of our hands, the things going on that we really couldn't even get a firm grasp, grip on. That's going to be ending a little bit in the forefront of our mind. So it's really ending. Death card. However, we're going to understand a little bit more. We're going to understand a few of the ins and outs. We're going to have insight and intuition into those things. Because basically, excuse me for a sec, we've gone through some kind of trial, Six of Wands here. We've got into some higher ground. It might be exalted or elite status is very much divine, but there's been some suppression in the background, repression, oppression, depression, even. We're coming up and we're coming out of that. It's sunk in place here. The Four of Cups and the Devil card. So apathy, closing of the heart chakra. I'm hearing this song, closing of the door. Roy Sheen Murphy, don't you remind me? Don't you remind me of somebody? I never loved you blindly. I knew you better, much better than that. Once you said it, you can't take it back. So once you know, you can't unknow. Once you see, you can't unsee. There's going to be some kind of success triumph in the next week or so, or there's been some theft or erosion or manipulation or masking, cunning, cleverness around a place that we should be exalted, our spot perhaps. It should be expanding, it should be growing, it should be coming in, hearkening even. We should be getting alerts about some kind of divine spot that we have. It's going to come to us, period, point blank. With the death card, the thing is, there's nowhere in the third dimension you can hide from death. It will come for you. And it's been kind of on the precipice or on the horizon. Now, since the devil just came out with this Fool card, the devil and the Fool card mean new obsession, new darkness, new bondage, new malady. The death and the sun card talk about the end of life, the end of optimism, the end of a source, some kind of power or authority. We also have the king and queen here. Those can be, when they come out together, they're typically a power couple, but they also can be, a witch and a warlock with this devil here. It's concerning because the seven swords came out with the five of cups. That usually reeks of theft, these two cards together. So let's get the clarifiers out. Okay, we're going to be using the minor arcana from the Cosmic Coven Tarot by Lisa Lazenby over at Ripe Avocado. Yeah, so we have the Ace of Cups and this Knight of Swords. On its face, it can talk about seizing or exploiting some type of opening, and there's binding here. So a delay, a dispersal, a division, dashed hope, even. And again, theft. I'm getting theft. So, what I'm really getting is that there's some energy that's really involved in spiritual war, and it's in our environment, surrounding location, and it's an entity, energy, ideology. It could probably in the form of an enemy. We may or may not know them. The 12th house is opposite the 6th house where Virgo normally rules, and that's a hidden enemy. So this is somebody that could be laughing or smiling in our face, holding our hand when behind our back. they doing the dirty. Now it's not about who is this and what is this and Ooga Booga the devil and Ooga Booga a witch or whatever. All it really is that we need to understand that we have a divine purpose, Six of Wands. We're here answering a sacred calling, whether we know it or not, whether it's conscientious or not. Six of Wands. It's been spiritually ordained by the divine and it's exalted and elevated. Six of Wands. That's really what we should be talking about here. Yeah, and I'm hearing this lyric in the song, "Closing of the Doors" by Roisin Murphy, Roisin. I knew you'd find that note someday, so I wrote down all the things that I couldn't. So we're figuring something out that's been kind of hidden in plain sight, or it's been there all along, whatever, what have you, so on and so forth. Yeah, we need to get to higher ground, maybe learn about our spiritual gifts and abilities. And again, another five, and this one's of swords. So something was outlawed, it was intentionally ruined. There's hatred here of the spiteful kind, ruminating, oscillating, vacillating, marinating in venom. Okay, and then we have this double three, a cabal or some type of orchestration, machination, three of pentacles with the three of swords, discord, derision, triangulation. Tell me about this king and queen, please. Yeah, Knight of Cups. So we are the vessel of something. Yeah, yeah. See, it looks like there's this coven, clique, cabal trying to swap or switch, and that's the energy that's at the perimeter, at the precipice, really, because we're some type of tribute. That's the thing that we need to understand. So there's intentional harm or shadow or and sometimes when we're dealing with the 12th house, it means what would be eroding us. There's questions that can be answered in the 12th house that we might not ever think to ask. Okay, so this energy is getting to us through our twin, whether we're connected or not, whether we've had union or not. And then we have the king and queen of wands here too. So there can be something on us, in us, about us. There's an energy on the environment, surrounding location. Yeah, because we're being watched and it's not by our twin. Because this is the position of our twin here. The narrative from our twin is even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. And I am able to feel you as if you're physically here. And where we are is bombastica, tower moments. So my life is falling apart and being pulled apart. No matter what I try to build, things keep crumbling around me. I wish you were here to help. You're the only thing solid in my life. So there's something in us unique. Okay, it's magical. And we're here living apart to separately learn, and there'll be a possible union after becoming stronger and awaken. So there's something here that wants to keep us unawakened. I honestly think it's trying to take from our spiritual gifts, which we may not know what these spiritual gifts are. Yeah, we have the key. We're a portal keeper, a portal warden, a flame keeper, a flame warden. We might be a wrath bearer, something of that nature. Yeah, this ain't over. The thing is, we bloom wherever we're planted, so we're making the best of whatever we got going on. But the thing that's blocking us is there's our light irritates somebody's demons. Five of Swords can be a jealousy card. Yeah, I knew you'd find that note someday, so I wrote down all the things that I couldn't say. We have a pair of pages here. Page of Swords with the Aquarius card and the Libra card. So we can have some type of Aries rising, we could have some type of Leo rising. We could have Venus in the seventh house or in the sign of Aquarius or Libra, or we could have Aquarius. Okay, so it's Aquarius, Venus, Leo rising. Or we could have Venus in the 7th or 11th house. We also have a pair of pages here, so there's messages. Something here is delayed, and there is something that the message is about a gift. But with the page here and this other page, it typically talks about, 'cause we're the chosen child, Page of Cups. Something's trying to harvest or siphon from us, and we've been exploited, confined to something. Something wants us to yield to its authority so it could get whatever little agenda it has off the ground. And the thing about the Page of Swords is it's normally bad news or upsetting news. And with the Five of Pentacles, it's been that we've been withdrawn from, withheld from, basically exploited to this extent of exile because there's been this abandonment or being left out in the cold. And there's a projection that we have a seven of a double seven here, 7 of 1, 7 of cups. There is an intention to project some kind of strength on the opposing side and anxiety on our side. We could also be dealing with an Aquarius moon. Moon in the 4th or 11th house. But you see, things are coming full circle over the last 6 weeks or so. Basically, since the Pisces full moon, we've been moving into this spot, this ordained spot for us. We have some type of claim to stick with the divine, with the universe. Things are going to go well for us despite whatever's going on around us. And it's not making someone happy. Some energy is agitated. The projection's gotten as far as it can, and as much as they tried their darndest to infiltrate, penetrate, it's not going to continue much more. And it is over the calling on our life, some kind of destiny. We won't be getting a lot more guidance on this because the cycles come to shift soon. We've kind of got to stand our ground a little bit and just watch the horizon. Things are going to be coming through. We're going to be receiving favor of some kind. We need to lean into our authentic self, face our fears, be a prayer warrior is what this is saying, because we are in some kind of stuckness. Second time I've seen that. The Eight of Swords told me as well. This is amalato, the malady, the sickness. There's an energy, it's older. There might be some type of support, maternal figure, even aunt or lady boss or a mentor or older cousin or older sister or our mother. They're dark elder, they're dark feminine. Even if we're not too close to them, it's pretty bad. Because we're going through a karmic lesson in order to get to this Ten of Pentacles, which is the spiritual inheritance. It's also the calling on our life in terms of the promise. So it's our destiny, our birthright. With the Five of Wands, it could be also that something's being contested spiritually. There's a conflict, a crossing, a conundrum. They want to compete. The disgrazia. There's an attempt to tear us down, tear us apart. And again, it's somebody that tries to look like a support, but they're falsita. It's a facade, it's a mask. What they tried didn't work. We're still getting happier and it's making them sad. Our happiness, our joy makes this energy sad. But they come in like their support so they can do backhand and underhanded things. And it's fake. Whatever they're supporting us with is fake. I'm hearing the word fake, phony, fictitious. It's not real. So there's a double nine hidden in here because it could honestly be that somebody's told us about those feelings, or they're under the impression they told us and they haven't really shown us. So they might feel ignored. Somebody here is taking a personal injury for a spiritual offense and they're coming at us for it. And it's going to get them bound up. They're going to stumble into some kind of law structure. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks or so, this moon in Aquarius, transmitting moon in Aquarius, we are going through a karmic cycle. It's just that some of this was created intentionally. And the real karma, the real test is what to do with this energy, not even this person, this entity that the spirit is inhabiting or possessing or whatever, what have you. We have a connection that's karmic. Yeah, the moon and the lovers means in the dark about love, but there's some kind of high level practitioner here with the hermit and the hangman. A week ago, something got sealed out, and now this energy is really coming in very hard, feeling a little bit in limbo, and it feels retaliatory to me here. What happened a week ago? There was a sign, peacock, la superbia. It got really cocky or mouthy or didn't need to be to our face. It could have been behind our back to the spiritual world, even. Yeah. This energy got told a couple weeks ago that they were the way they were going down, getting around was not going to work out well for them. In fact, they were going to be punished for it. And so now they're in this impression that they can conduct some type of congeniality from us. But the space where this person either inhabits or lives or works from is asking this person to leave. So it's saying over the last 2 months, there's been some type of containment of this energy. Because we're sitting on a gracious, exalted influence over the entire cycle. But it's almost like we need to carry something negative or nasty on their back. That's the discovery. Lectura, lettera, lettario. If there is any sorcery going on, it's going to be Canceled out. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve. Thank you for allowing us the privilege to do so. Anything that was said resonates deeply with you. Comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. We'll see you in the next one. Take good care. Bye bye.